The thing that surprises people most isn't how complicated their benefits are, it's how many irreversible decisions they've already made by the time they sit down with a financial advisor. If you are within 3 to 7 years of retirement, your most consequential choices are happening right now. Your health insurance, FERS pension, TSP, and your taxes can either work beautifully together or actively fight against each other. Hi everyone, my name is Alec Sunners and I'm a wealth advisor with Financial Consulate. Today, I'm walking you through the 5 most common financial mistakes we see federal employees make in their final years and exactly how you can avoid them. Let's start with mistake number 1, the FEHB 5-year rule. To carry your federal employee health benefit coverage into retirement, you must have been enrolled in it for the 5 consecutive years immediately before your retirement date. Not 5 years total, 5 years in a row, ending the day that you retire. Employees who switch to a spouse plan to save money or who had a gap in coverage at some point can lose FEHB eligibility entirely. And losing that coverage is a serious problem, especially if you're retiring before Medicare eligibility at age 65. If you are within 5 years of retirement, your FEHB enrollment status deserves a hard look right now before the window closes. The next mistake involves a benefit most federal employees know they have, but they don't fully understand. If you retire before age 62 under FERS, you likely qualify for what's called the FERS Supplement. It's an additional monthly payment designed to bridge the income gap before Social Security kicks in, and it can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars a month. But here's what's usually missed. The FERS Supplement has an earnings test. If you take part-time work or consulting income in retirement and your earnings exceed the current annual earnings threshold, the supplement gets reduced by $1 for every 2 that you earn above that limit. Imagine someone that retires at 58 and qualifies for a $1,200 a month FERS Supplement. They pick up part-time consulting work and earn well above the earnings threshold that year. They could lose hundreds of dollars a month in supplemental payments they were counting on. For people who plan to stay active or do some consulting in early retirement, this can come as a real financial shock. Knowing this in advance means you can plan your income strategically and avoid giving back money you've already earned. Now, let's talk about your TSP, because this is where we see some of the biggest planning gaps. The Thrift Savings Plan is a powerful retirement tool, but in the years before retirement, many federal employees leave it in whatever allocation they set it years ago and never revisit it. Others don't think carefully about the difference between their traditional TSP balance and any Roth TSP contributions they've made. And these 2 pots of money have very different tax consequences when you start taking withdrawals. The window between your retirement date and age 75, when required minimum distributions begin for anyone born in 1960 or later, is often an opportunity to move money from your traditional TSP into a Roth account at a lower tax rate. If you retire in your late 50s or early 60s, you can have a 15-year window where your taxable income is lower than it's ever been. Now, most people know about the TSP, but far fewer think carefully about the next mistake we see. Under FERS, your unused sick leave at retirement is converted into additional retirement credit. It counts towards your length of service calculation, which directly affects the size of your pension. For every 174 hours of unused sick leave, you get approximately 1 additional month of service credit added to your pension calculation. If you've built up 2,000 hours over a long career, that's nearly a year of additional service credit. We see federal employees burn through sick leave in their final year, sometimes legitimately, and sometimes just because they figure they'll lose it anyway. But it has real value in your retirement income. Understand that number before you decide to use it. And that brings us to the 5th mistake, which might be the one with the longest lasting consequences. The 5th mistake is less about a specific benefit and more about a mindset. Federal employees are very good at building towards retirement by saving, staying enrolled, and checking the boxes. What many of them haven't done is build a plan for what retirement actually costs and where each dollar is going to come from. When you retire, you go from one predictable income source to managing several. Your FERS pension, the TSP, the FERS supplement, and eventually Social Security. Each of these has a different tax treatment, different timing considerations, and different rules. Without a coordinated plan that accounts for all of them together, including taxes, you're almost certainly leaving money on the table or paying more than you need to. The good news is that the years before retirement are exactly when that plan can be built. The picture isn't nearly as complicated once someone walks through it with you. Federal benefits are among the best in the country, but they're also among the most complex. And the decisions you make right now will shape the next 20 or 30 years of your life. If you want to know where you stand, we offer something called a financial physical. It's a comprehensive review of your financial plan, your taxes, and your benefits at no cost and before you make any commitment to work with us. The goal is to give you a clear picture of what you have, what decisions are in front of you, and what you might be missing. There's a link below to schedule an intro call. If you found this video helpful, subscribe so you don't miss what we cover next. Thank you for watching.